Right, today is the 22nd of April 2025, Market Talk with KEL once again. Now, I will try to do something a bit different for Market Talk session so that we can actually learn a lot more stuff. Then after that, we will go into the revision as usual. Yeah. Okay. So before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Please check your risk management before you do any trading. All right. Or we call that reward management. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at something different first to start off this morning. Let's take a look. Now, first of all, this is the US dollar chart versus the gold chart. You can see very clear the difference between the both of them, yeah. The gold is still moving higher, as you can see, and then you can see that the dollar itself recovered a little bit from last yesterday's selling. So the thing is this, the dollar is now on a very heavy sell mode. You can see that it's very oversold at the time right now, but we have seen before that it can be very oversold for a few days before it actually bottom out. So over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9 days, then it bottom out. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So maybe we will see a bit of bottoming out somewhere around here. Now, what will happen if the dollar actually bottom out, right? So you do take a note that when the dollar bottom out, the gold will take a bit of profit taking, yeah, a bit of profit taking. So this must take note of that because you cannot expect the market to go one single direction all the way. Okay. Now, of course, if gold continue, if dollar continue to fall and it does come to this point, that means gold can really go much higher level. And the thing is, just now the buying on gold is really at a very what we call parabolic method. I mean, movement, yeah, because there's a few reasons why. Number one itself, right? The dollar, obviously. Two, because some people are worried. But actually, I feel that the reason why gold is going higher is because gold is being bought up by the American themselves. Yeah, they need to have money. So the one that they have largest reserve is in gold, right? So more than 8,000 ton. So if they keep on push the gold price higher while people want to buy from them in a way, then of course they will have the money to pay off their debt. So that's why I feel that they buy the gold that's going up right now, right, is actually created by the US themselves. They're the one who push up the gold price. And you don't see any mainstream media calling for sell at the moment. It seems like everybody calling for buy. So this is a typical trap they're trying to do right now. Yeah. So watch out for that. Now, the other thing is that I want to take a look at this thing called sum rule recession. Now, I shared this before, and about 2 days ago, a friend of mine asking me this, Cal, the sum rule, right? Okay, let me show sum rule first, yeah? The sum rule is a recession indicator developed by the former Federal Reserve economist Claudia Sump, signaling a recession when the 3 months moving average of the national unemployment rate rises by 0.5% from or more from its 12 months low. Okay, so basically, in short, when the unemployment data start to go high, more than 0.5%, usually that will be a point of recession. Okay, so we did have a little bit of pull upside since the start of this 2023. And usually the whole thing will take about 2 years to develop. So right now it's exactly 2 years. Now it's 2025 April. Okay. Then of course this friend of mine asking, say, Kel, the thing is this, it was at a high of 57 at one point, and now it pulled back all the way to 27. So are we out of the woods already? So of course, by having the number pulling back is a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing. It means that technically there's no recession. But if you look back, I trace a little bit all the way, and my friend say, look, every time when there's a recession, the number will always fly to the sky. So I say, yeah, indeed. But there's some observation I have over here. Let's take a look here, everyone. So in 1969 October, the number was at 50. Can you see that? Yeah, it's at 50 in October. And then after that, it did really went down to a low of 27, right, in December 1969. Then after that, you have the market picking up in January and then it go full blast. So what I'm trying to explain here is that in October, it was at 50 and then it went to a low of 27 in 1969 December. So where are we right now? We are actually here at 57 in August 2024, the highest level. And then after that, now we are back down to 27, which is the same identical number as compared to what happened in 1969. And 1969 is one thing that we talked about, and that was where the market had a super inflation during that period of time. So the thing is this, now we know that now Donald Trump has put in the tariffs and a lot of companies are affected, that's for sure. Hence, therefore, there is a high chance unemployment data will start to move up. And if unemployment data start to shift up, right, because people lose their job due to the tariffs, then that will be a major issue. So that's why I said that from now till August, the next 4 months, you need to watch the unemployment data. If the unemployment data keep on creeping higher while the dollar keep on going lower, then there's a very, very high chance gold can go crazy level. Who knows, 3005, 3 on 6 can even happen when the panic button is being pressed. So all clear on this. So I want to share this with you so that you can look at it on your own. Yeah, if all clear, press number one right now. Okay, so let's continue. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones chart for today. So Dow Jones chart, I told you be very careful because today the Dow opening price is 38,148, which is above the pivot one. Now I told you before, never fight the pivot. If the market pivot is below you, pivot one is below you, then you know that the answer is going to be buying. Once the market stays above OP and above pivot one, it's a cocktail for buying. There's no way it will come down. I know that the KSI is red, KCX is blue. I know the market is downtrend, blah, blah, blah. But remember, guys, we are system trader. If the system say buy, we just have to follow through the buy mode. Yeah, we don't change the mode of it itself. All right. So what's the reason for buying? Who knows? I mean, I must check the news, but then what's the point? We need to follow the rules. Yeah. Okay. So what is this white line? Now, this white line I just draw is because of this one, the midpoint of the candle. So this one I can take it away. Yeah. Okay, so for today, the Dow Jones itself, right, despite we have it below MA30, despite with KSI, KCX all bearish, but remember, it's above OP, so you just have to be on the buy side. So it can go towards MLP, yeah. It is possible for this Dow Jones to go to MLP, and then it may touch it, then maybe it may pull back. So all these are all possibility, yeah. So just informing you that what the Dow can go or will do in the near term, right? Now, the only thing that I need you to focus with me today is to watch out for the NASDAQ. Why? Because tonight Tesla will announce their earnings after the market close. Okay, Tesla will announce after the market close. And based on what we are seeing right now, sorry, hold on. Okay, let me just pull in Tesla chart. Hold on, give me a minute. Sorry, Tesla. Okay. Okay, so you can see that Tesla, on the day when Donald Trump announced that statement, Tesla has really come back and give back every single cent that day went up. Okay, so now it's back to the square, the same level. And you do see that the volume overall is still more towards the decline than buying. So tonight, after the market close, Tesla earning will come up. And you can see that the estimate itself is 21.34 billion. So it's expected to be lower than the market expectation. And plus also that they are kind of worried that moving forward, right, then what will Tesla be doing? Because obviously the relationship between Tesla and probably China branches are going to have a bit of tear zone right now. And of course, some people in Europe are pretty pissed off with Elon Musk. So this might not be good for Tesla. Okay, so for people who want to trade, be careful on after the post market today. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then let's look at the Nasdaq, shall we? All right. So this is the Nasdaq, and same thing. Nasdaq this morning, open price was, can I see? Hold on a minute. The opening price is at 17,810. Okay, so once it open, it already go up by 110 point right now. But the difference is that it's below pivot. Yeah, it's not above pivot. So the strength is not as strong as the Dow Jones. You can see that. And the KSI also retain the red side, KCX also the blue side. So to me, it's like that. Yeah? Tesla, oh sorry, Nasdaq, if you haven't buy, then you miss 100 points and leave it alone, yeah. Unless it breaks above pivot one, then you may chase it to buy if you want to. But if the Nasdaq pulls back below OP, then I think that we will see easily KTR minus one easily, yeah, KTR minus one easily, right? So let me show the 5 minute chart for you. We can take note of that later on if there's a chance to see that happening. Because overall, the definitely there's even seven counters, they won't do well this period because they rely a lot on China. Right, a lot on China. So imagine China now having big issue with the tariff with them. It's going to be very difficult for them to have any potential big earnings. Yeah, that is for sure. So I'm not half surprised that later on, maybe when there's a pullback in Nasdaq, it will easily come down to minus one. This morning, it already went to minus one, so it's given already, and then followed by the diamonds and move up. So now let's watch out this diamond. If it stays above, that's good, but it stays down, then I may sell it instead, yeah, somewhere around here. So let's see whether it comes down. And of course, if it comes down, then of course KTR minus one given, then maybe we can aim for KTR minus two later. Okay, so all these numbers, just take note now, if the Nasdaq do come down. Now, I'm not basically not very comfortable with buying the US stocks at this price right now, because you don't know what is a stunner later. All right, by the way, China has not retaliated, but haven't really put into numbers yet. So again, this may cause a shake in the market. All right, let's look at the next market, which is the gold. On Not moving in. Wait, how come? Okay, here we go. Okay, so here we go. Here is the gold market for today. Okay, so today gold, you can still see that it's rushing up as it is, and there's a potential going to 34.77, the pivot one level. Now, all this pivot target level is based cost of calculation on the chart, and I think to be safe, KTL plus one and plus two should be a better gauge than you thought pivot. Yeah. So if you look at this whole overall, it's above OP now, it's above MLP, it's above MA30, MA200, and nearest diamond. So all these are very bullish. But the thing is this, how come the KSI is red? So again, I have shown you the power of KSI. Now, it may not be the most powerful indicator, but it does give us some insights. Okay, so now we have the market going up this way, right? And with KSI turning green, red color. So what does it mean? That means that we need, if you want to sell, there must be a point whereby either today reverse all the way down, break this low, then we have the first sell signal. Now, if not itself, right, you just hope that today maybe end somewhere like this. Then tomorrow, when it opens again, break high and then break below, then to sell. But the problem is that the fundamental for gold to sell, right, isn't really there. So the only thing I can suspect is could be just profit taking instead. Yeah, profit taking instead, something similar like this. Okay, so now please, as long gold stays above OP, you cannot short gold. And the dollar itself, right, even though now it's rebounding, so you can imagine that if the dollar later pull back again, then we have a big issue itself. Yeah, the big issue because now the dollar is up, and the gold is still going up. Oh my God, think about this. If the later the dollar pull back, right, the gold will shoot up already. So be very careful on that. Yeah. So look at the 5 minute chart on the gold right now. You can see that. Okay, it has came down earlier. Very nice. It came down earlier. And then we have four diamonds again. I should then you can buy over here. I like this sort of pullback, you see. When the market have a diamond shape and then the market initially go up first, then come down, pull back below the line and recover. This is a very strong move, yeah. And now you can see it's firming itself very nicely at KTR plus one. You see the difference there? It firmed itself with the tail. So which means that they recognize the KTR plus one. So I think as a matter of fact itself, right, I think it's just a matter of time. We're going to see the market going for KTR plus two, okay? And that will be 3451 that I mentioned earlier in the Telegram in the market outlook, yeah? 3451. Okay, so watch out for this. It is possible to see 3451 today, especially if the dollar pulls back later. Okay, all right, so that is the dollar. Okay, the gold. Let's look at something else. Now, I already told you Bitcoin, I am looking at 89,000 and we have just missed the 89,000 by just a fraction. The high itself is 88,837, missed by just $100+. But we have a different thing is that now the Bitcoin, we have the KSI turning to green color. That is a very strong call. So for Bitcoin to hit 88,000 or 89,000, I think should be later in the afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, so watch out for that. So why is Bitcoin going up? Because people are now thinking that gold is too expensive. Then maybe since everything is against the dollar right now, so maybe buy gold, buy Bitcoin. So there's some buying in Bitcoin, but as again, there's no much supportive reason, more for speculative reason. Yeah. Okay, last one we do a currency market. So we talk about the dollar yen. Now, our dollar yen definitely makes our now if dollar yen in this manner, that means that our shopping in Japan will be very expensive. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is this, you can see very clear the dollar yen is keep on slipping down. Okay, keep on doing that. That apparently this is a Saturday data. Yeah, I asked James Ames on this thing itself, but they say that the LP has done that. So you can see that it doesn't really happen. See here don't have. So I will ask Ames on this ground as well because previously they say have, okay, never mind. Now you can see over here don't have, then suddenly again have again. So we're gonna ask them about this. Okay, it doesn't change much because the trend is still downtrend, but uptrend, so still okay. Okay, so the dollar yen, I think later on, right, we may really go down to see this 140 region. I think 140 is a psychological level that the boys may want to break it down. Yeah. Wow, gold is higher at 3448 already. Oh my God. I've been talking to you all. Gold just shoot up. Okay, so 140 will be the level that I'm watching for the dollar yen. I think that will be able to trip by later this week. Oh gosh, let it go again. Let me just check the goal. I didn't have chance to trade it just now. I want to trade on the KTR plus 4. Oh gosh, this is so strong. Let's see again. Bit of slow down, yeah. Okay, wow, we are very near. We're just $3 away from the goal hitting the level here itself. So I told you that when you see such thing, when it firms around the line, it's a very, very strong indication, yeah. Okay, guys, that will be all for this morning session. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with the revision. Thank you very much.